will choose more solid variation in the Spanish or in whichever kind of opening he elects. And yeah, Fabi, I think the onus is on him, the pressure is on him to really imbalance it. I don't think he should play 1e5. There we go. Sicilian, counter-attacking opening.
Oh, little Smith-Mora action. Okay, Chessable course, Mark Esterman. Okay, there's like 4 guys on there's like 4 or 5 of them on Chessable right now, but the Smith-Mora by actually Mark Esterman is probably the greatest one. It's very thick and it's very dense. I actually recommend it in your settings on the side, you actually put it on all moves instead of the one that's regular, because all moves is so many moves and it's a lot of things that you are going to forget. So make sure you change it from the moves that they give you to all moves. That's on the side on the options tab for you people that actually know inside of the course what I'm talking about.
But you know what's interesting about this opening?
Yeah.
Of course, it's sacrifice a pawn for white, you get compensation, but Fabiano did not make the main reply. His move a6 on his previous turn, it had Hikaru thinking because it's not the #1 choice, and Fabiano has said this in many interviews that sometimes it's better to play the 4th choice of the engine, as long as it doesn't completely collapse your position, because that means your opponent is less likely to expect it and to prepare for it. So Fabiano, he's up a pawn in a must-win game. We're not saying his position is better, but I think this is the type of position, the type of opening you want when you need to score a victory.
I think if you gave me 100 guesses,
or you go back to b3 and you castle, you just don't want d5 to happen. But bishop e2, I'm curious to see what he does. As strong as Hikaru is, bishop e2 is it's not the main stuff, but you also play. I mean, you actually castle and play queen e2 and rook d1 very quickly. But he's actually playing it a completely different way. I've never seen it played this way. Smith-Mora, but I mean, hey, Hikaru is like 2800, right? 2800, right? So we have to see how he's going to play this. Queen b3, yeah, he off the head. He's straight off the head here, and it's probably cool to see how he does this here. He's going to put pressure on the d6 pawn with the rook d1, but Black actually kind of sidesteps this very easily by queen to c7 and just saying, literally, I am up a pawn, right? You didn't play this right. I'm up a pawn, and we're going to take this to the house.
Yeah, for example, white might attack this pawn, the black queen will just sidestep any potential pressure along the d-file, and I guess the question is whether white is in time with a move like rook to c1, if black castles then to jump in this type of tactic, just to show there is some pressure along the c-file. It's all about time here, it's all about tempi. If black is in time to consolidate, he's just going to be a pawn up. If white is in time to strike, you gain the pawn back, sometimes with interest later on. So white very active.
would have slid over and forced a queen trade. Fabi needs the queens on the board to win, and right now, Hikaru's about to go under a minute on the clock. His king is the one that's more open. Those rooks are staring down the F line. I'm getting worried for Hikaru Nakamura.
Yeah. When Hikaru's shaking his head, he likes his position, but when he's this serious, you know that things are not going according to his plan. And he tries to block down the king side, but h3, put the other pawn forward.
So I said h3, look at that. Oh,
Keep it coming, keep it coming.
Both of them. Look at them pawns up there on h3. You see the little pawn box there?
Go with the flow. Push those pawns. Don't think, Fabi. This is instinct. All of us have the same instinct. Throw pawns towards the enemy king. Fabi's too much in his own head. 1 minute. You can't do this against Hikaru. Okay, he takes a pawn, but now the white king might actually find safety in the corner. There we go. That black pawn is a double agent. It actually helps keep the white king safe.
But you gotta get h3 in. David, now or never. You have to make that move to try and create a weakness on the king side.
Yeah. Again, should not hesitate, Fabi. What else is there? Go for checkmate. Have to.
Yeah, the big problem is that white rook on the 7th rank is tying the black rook down. If that rook were to leave, the bishop is loose. He plays h3, he spent too long, and look at Hikaru. He just quickly brings his own rook up the board, and I guess trades on g2, queen's coming off, that only helps Hikaru's chance. He only needs a draw to win the match.
Nothing. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely nothing.
Look at the clocks.
Oh, 25 seconds for Fabiano Caruana, but that is not the only problem. The bishop on e7 is hanging. He moves the queen, defends that bishop.
But now no more checkmate, no more attack. That black queen is on the wrong circuit. It's deflected away, and white has a move or two to consolidate around his king. Still not easy. Let's ignore the evaluation bar. Still difficult from a human point of view, but Hikaru blocks it. It's a good decision. What do we think?
Well, the eval bar approves, and that's the amazing thing about Hikaru. He plays these moves on seconds, and it turns out they absolutely work for him.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff there.
Defensive wizard, and again, when you get down on time, I mean, it's so bad. It's ridiculous. You get down on time, these defense is impeccable, then the calculations start coming out, you blunder because you're in time trouble. It's really hard playing Hikaru.
Oh god. And that bishop, the dark square bishop in white's position is such a key defender in these positions.
Yeah.
Because otherwise black could have snapped up that F pawn, but the bishop keeping everything under control. And wow, this is game over now.
Yeah, he said trade it all off.
Yeah, look at Fabi, devastated, all the pieces off the board. Maybe he can hold this one with a draw if he's having a very lucky day, but no, you're facing Hikaru, and a draw is enough anyway. Game over. We're going down to that reset. We're getting more chess, guys.
Wow. Well, the best that Fabi can do is a draw in this position, and Hikaru is the one who forces it with checks along the diagonal. And with that,